Figuring out your personal style is basically just getting dressed every day, noticing patterns, shopping very, 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 very intentionally, experimenting, and repeating that over a long period of time. Now, that is not what you want to hear. No one likes being told that there's no quick magic solution to their problem. I mean, I don't want to hear that to get my dream abs, I need to work out for 3 months. So, here are 18 things that if you stop doing, will get you there faster. Okay, I recently heard this definition of personal style that is so simple but really gets to the meat of it, and it said personal style is how you combine the things that everybody has access to. So the number one thing I wrote is stop asking yourself, why am I not like this? This is gonna sound very woo-woo, but please stay with me. Fashion is an inward process. Now, we are super, 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 super disconnected from anything that is inward, from anything that is not just based on all of the stimulus and influences we get from the outside. But once you start seeing fashion as like a me activity and not as like a consuming activity, and I'm not even saying consuming in the sense of like buying things, even though that is also what I'm trying to say. I'm saying consuming in the sense that when we want to get fashion inspiration, we're always looking outward. We go see what other people are wearing. Why am I not as stylish as blank influencer? Why does this thing they're wearing not fit me the same way? We're always trying to apply what someone else is doing into our world instead of looking at it with playfulness. Try more things and look more at clothes and on how clothes fit you versus how influencers build their outfits. Which leads us into number 2, which is kind of similar, but I just want to reinforce it. Peeling back the layers of influence. None of us are living in a bubble and none of us would want to live in a bubble. But I love to think about myself as like a combination of all of the people I love and all of the things I love. This is a small tangent, but I only follow, I think, 80, maybe now 90 people on Instagram, which if you think about it, 90 people is so many people. But I know that most people follow 300, 500, 1,000 people. There's people in my personal life that I don't even follow. Another thing I do is a lot of the people that I follow, I have their stories muted, so I only see their posts. There's people that I like, and sometimes I'll think of them, and I'll go to the search bar, search their name, see their account, screenshot a few outfits. Liking someone does not inherently need to mean that you're following them. But basically, I just heard someone say this about personal style, which was, you never lost it, and you always had it, you just stopped listening to it, which also makes me think about how a lot of people tell you to pay attention to how you got dressed as a kid. It's so common for us to shut down a lot of our instincts. I don't think personal style is something that you need to construct. I think a lot of times it's just peeling all the onion layers and figuring out what you like. Number 3 is also going to sound super philosophical, but I promise it's about fashion and it makes sense. And it is stop chasing coherence over curiosity. Maybe a lot of you don't think in this way because I feel like if you watch my videos, you probably aren't into super like coherent beige fashion, nothing against it. But fashion is not about looking super elegant or pairing the right colors together. Fashion is about putting some stuff on your body that make you feel good and that you like. So the more curious you are, the more questions you ask, the more things you try on, the more fun it will become. And when fashion becomes fun, getting dressed becomes easier because you're not just looking for like a scientific mathematical solution to what you should wear. When you train your eye to be curious, you start learning, you start taking conclusions, and you start figuring out what you like and what you don't. On you, not on someone else. Pouring time into myself has helped me develop my personal style. Shop better. I've been literally doing things like embroidery, meditation, paint by numbers, and the silence that I feel in my head and then the thoughts that emerge are so cool. And I've also been trying to use my phone less as a tool of consuming what others are doing, but also help me go inward. I don't have to delete all social media, and you don't have to do that either. We can have space for both, and our phone doesn't just have to be the devil. It can also help us. And with that, I want to say thank you to today's sponsor, which is Headspace. This is literally like a vision board sponsor because I have been using them for months. I love them so much. Headspace is your everyday mental health companion that helps you stress less, sleep better, and feel happier. You can choose between 4 broad categories, which are meditating, sleeping, focusing, and moving. And you can find meditations from 1 minute to literally any length. They offer breathing exercises, themes like navigating trauma, connecting with your body, high performance performance mindfulness, steady beats, sleep radio, sound baths. Whether it's a few mindful minutes after you wake up, midday, when you're feeling overwhelmed, just open the app and press play. It's been helping me feel more grounded, more present, less stressed. Knowing that I can do it in any place and at any point of the day brings me so much peace. Recently, I've been feeling a little overwhelmed when I wake up for no reason. I just feel like a heavy weight in the morning, and so it's been my personal favorite time to use Headspace. I do their waking up meditation. You can choose between 3, 5, or 10 minutes. And of course, I always underestimate what these minutes can do for my day, but taking this time of silence for myself literally does wonders. It quiets down all of the voices in my head. It prevents me from rolling out of bed and scrolling instantly. Using Headspace for only 3 days is proven to help you focus. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed or looking for tools that help you decompress, you can try Headspace completely for free for 60 days with the link below or by scanning this QR code on screen. It's 2 months of full access compared to their usual 2-week free trial, so you should definitely take advantage of it. And without further ado, let's get back into the video. Number 4, and I'm realizing that the more we get further into this video, the more annoying I'm probably sounding. But I wrote here, don't associate style to just clothes. It's about how you feel. Trust your instincts and the feeling before you understand it. Sometimes we think something is gonna fit us really right, or we're gonna love something, and then we put it on and we don't like it, but because we like the piece of clothing when it's in the hanger, we still buy it or we still wear it. This is a big one. Don't just save outfits and move on. Actually, in your brain, try to do the process of like separating each thing that the person is wearing and looking at it. There's so many outfits that I will save, and then I realize that they're so simple. I don't need to reinvent the wheel. I just maybe need to buy a purple shirt or to use the colors I already have and combine them in a similar way. Next time you are sourcing inspiration, maybe try being more specific about what specific items you like in the outfits. It's like when you save home decor inspo and you don't notice that the only thing all of those homes have in common is like the specific shade of wood in the ceiling or the shape of something. I don't have like a photographic memory in my brain. If you tell me to picture an apple, I can picture an apple. But I will watch a movie, and even though I work in fashion, a lot of times I will have no idea when I finish watching the movie what the characters were wearing. The other day, I was dressed with like a certain color combination, and my boyfriend told me that I looked like a cartoon character that actually always uses that same color combination. I watched that cartoon my whole childhood, and I couldn't remember in my head that was the colors they were. I don't know. I just don't have like a visual memory in my brain. And so it is so easy for me to know I like something, but then when I think about what it actually is, I can't imagine it in my head. So it's really easy to know we like something, but what's actually useful is like picking specifically the thing we like and not like the way the photo was color graded or the overall sense, because we cannot recreate overall moods and environments. We can recreate specific things together. This might be a little repetitive, but stop trying to figure out what goes wrong and what goes right. I have a very unpopular opinion. I don't really believe in like your color palette. I don't really believe that green is gonna look better on me than purple, or that because I'm short, I should only use very elongated bottoms. Sure, elongated bottoms are gonna give me a certain look, but the only thing that I believe with certainty and that I can say that is a reality is we all have brains. All of our brains have opinions. We are naturally drawn more to certain things versus other things. We don't like everything equally. And so each person is going to have a preference. You can have the same exact skin tone as me and think that a color I don't like seeing on myself is going to look super good on you. That's not because one of us is right and one of us is wrong. It's just because our brain cells, the things here that are like walking around and doing their work, they're telling you that. And I don't think taste is something you can change, and I don't think you should change. I made a video about like all the fashion rules that I don't believe in, that I think are not rules at all, and I'm not sure if a lot of people guide themselves through those types of rules or if we've all already collectively figured out that they don't make sense. But if you're wearing a baggy item on top, you don't have to wear a fitted item on the bottom. If you are wearing a light shade of denim, you can wear another shade of denim together. Do you think all the fashion girlies we follow aren't just having fun and being silly? Because that's what they are doing. I promise you. For the love of hell, make a decision for yourself. If you like it, it's cool. If you don't, You don't. As soon as you get out of the house, someone is going to love what you're wearing and someone's going to hate what you're wearing. And that is why it literally makes no sense to try to appeal to a common taste, because we must learn to define what we like, not try to find like a universal way of doing it. The minute you categorize something, the minute it kind of stops making sense for you. I hear everybody saying, I'm not just one aesthetic. I love this whatever core and this style and that style, and then it makes me confusing. Whoever said that we had to dress in one category or one aesthetic or one core is the problem. Of course, you're not going to want to dress in the style that one person created. You're a mixture of everything, and that is how it's supposed to be. Obviously, then within your taste, you're going to find a pattern. Like if I think about how my boyfriend gets dressed, there's a definite pattern in it, but it's not, doesn't have a name because it's like him. It's his name, core. Number 8, I wrote that there's very little chance that you actually hate everything in your wardrobe. Chances are it is not very well categorized and it just has too many things you don't like that are not allowing you to see the things that you like. I have a video about how to organize your closet and what you should get rid of and what you should keep and everything, so you can also watch that. Double down, take time, don't buy more things until you have the time to go through your current wardrobe and actually decide the things that you like and you want to keep. It is so easy to accumulate stuff, so easy to buy things that we actually don't love. Number 9, I wrote, I'm cringing at what I wrote in the script. Don't let the pursuit of beauty consume you. Most of the fashion and beauty industry is just trying to profit from your insecurities. It is so true. I love working in fashion, but most of the beauty industry and the fashion industry, they're just trying to profit from your insecurities and profit from the fact that you always think you don't have enough things and you need to get more things. Your natural instincts, your own taste is likely all that you need. It's not about a list of 100 things you need to get to become the it girl. Number 10, you don't need to be innovative in order to have style and taste. I was watching a video that I also can't remember which one it was, but basically the person was just talking about how we all idolize Bella Hadid's and Zoe Kravitz's style. But then if you like deconstruct their outfits and you look at the pieces, they're wearing the most basic things. I love Zoe Kravitz, but the more I think about it, the more I realize I just have a girl crush on her. I just think she as a person is very badass, like her face, her hairstyles, the way she talks. And so I would, to recreate her outfits, I mean, I would just be recreating a tank top and a pair of pants. So a lot of the times it's either because someone has like a very cool, nice looking body, the whole is she skinny or is she an outfit thing, or it's because the idea we have of a person or the confidence that person wears while she's wearing the clothes makes us admire them. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, you don't need to be super maximalist, you can, but like having taste and looking nice is mostly about appealing to yourself and looking confident in what you're wearing. I think when you love what you're wearing, in the beginning you might feel a little out of place or a little uncomfortable, but with time you become so confident because you love what you're wearing so much. Like you can see that. You can see when someone is uncomfortable and when they're not. Number 11. This is a quote from a Substack I read, and it said, "Controversy isn't taste and it never was. It's just good marketing." To have style, you can create outfits that are like super controversial or have very unexpected pairings. I love that, but it's not a requirement. Like a lot of times I'll go to fashion weeks and I'll see people wearing crazy things that they don't seem comfortable with, and it feels like they just did it to stand out. At a certain point you're not even liking what you're doing, you're just trying to do the most insane combination. And that is fun, but it's not a prerequisite to being fashion. Also don't need to be minimalist to have style, because a lot of fashion icons like Coco Chanel and Anna Wintour dress in this very like sleek way. That is also associated to style. I also wrote, nothing is worth the money, so save yourself for the pieces that get you jumping of excitement. You usually know immediately what's right for you when you see it. I believe this and I also don't. For instances, I had a pair of jeans saved on my Vinted for like 2 months and I didn't jump of excitement when I saw them, but over time I realized that that was basically the only thing that throughout those months I still liked from my saves, and so I was like, oh, I should probably get these jeans because time has passed and I still like them just as much. So I think sometimes the things that don't make us jump out of excitement are the things that aren't super trendy or super specific, and so they're the things that are going to be more timeless and last more time in our closets. But I also will say that a lot of times if I'm shopping, I'll be like, do I like this? Do I love this? And if I'm questioning it, a lot of times it's not it. So there's no magical way of knowing or making decisions. But It is easy to get sucked into rabbit holes of expensive niche brands that have this item we love. And I think that nothing is worth the money quote is very funny because in our brains, sometimes the price tag also makes us value something more. Talked about this before, so I won't repeat myself too much, but just because you like something doesn't mean you have to get it. I sometimes get so overwhelmed because there's so many things I like and I feel like I have to collect them all. I don't. I can appreciate something and not own it. Which ties into the next one, which is stop chasing every aesthetic or wanting to get something from every aesthetic. You don't have to put yourself in a box with an aesthetic, and you also don't have to get something from each style. Number 16, stop saving your good clothes for special occasions or the clothes that you love on a daily basis. Number 17, stop ignoring your lifestyle. This is one of the things I go through in depth in that other personal style video that I did that went viral. I think a lot of us are just shopping without thinking about our lifestyle. And I do like a little format. I'll be figuring that out in that video. And number 18 is the most cliche of all. Stop trying to arrive. I wrote in my little script, I think one of the biggest lies about personal style is that once you find it, every outfit thereafter will be great. Your style will change, and that's okay. Personal style is not a destination. It's the result of paying attention to yourself over time. 100% of what you like today, you won't like in 5 years, but maybe 50 or 70% you will, and that's okay. And not liking outfits from a year ago doesn't mean that when you wore them a year ago, you didn't like them. It just means that you're growing. I know I usually do videos that are way more like how-to formula, straight to the point, solve it like this, and this, but I just feel like I then end up repeating certain concepts over and over in videos, and one day you guys will be like tired of hearing me say the same thing. So I want to explore these other parts of fashion, things that influence how we get dressed outside of like the very specific narrow tips. Just because fashion is like superficial or based on material things, that doesn't mean that these conversations aren't also helpful and relevant in a fashion space. If you like the way I edit and you want to learn editing, I also have a video editing course. I also do styling services on Index if you want me to build you outfits. Also, don't forget to use this QR code or click the link in the description box to get 60 days of Headspace completely for free. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye!